Hello, wonderful viewers. Thank you so much for joining me. I want to read on a few things today. For one thing, the Supreme Court did not rule that they would step in regarding partisan gerrymandering in the states. And gerrymandering is when they, in case you don't know, when they redraw the districts, they make them like octopuses, they make them crazy. To try to get all of one party in one district and have all the other districts then go for the other party. So that's what they do, so that the state goes for the other party. And mostly Republicans have done it, but some Dems have too, but it's mostly been Republicans that it has favored. Supreme Court decided not to step in and let the states handle it, which is a little difficult because these are elected officials who will be deciding whether or not they wish to remedy this issue in their state, and they may rely on the gerrymandered districts to get reelected. So conflict of interest there. So this does not bode well. So anyway, I do know some states though. I have already addressed this, but I think it's a handful. So, Spirit, I do want to know, does gerrymandering strongly influence election results in 2020? Let's see what we've got. Knight of Coins, we've got the Four of Cups, and we've got yeah. I think they do have an effect. We have the Knight of Wands because the Knight of Wands is, to me, it's come to represent all those investigations that are sort of stalled midway, like the wands are a goal, the wands are a purpose. And these investigations are all because they're just like not quite mature yet. It's not the King of Wands yet. So I do feel like unfortunately, a lot of that's not remedied by 2020 then, and it does have an effect. The Four of Cups is dissatisfaction with what is the offers that are seen, the messages that are seen. The cups on the ground, cups are sometimes messages, and there are messages with an emotional component. And she's not seeing this message over here. So, I mean, it's just dissatisfaction with what they're hearing. And we have the Knight of Coins. Yeah, I kind of wonder about the Knight of Coins because I wondered if Democrats then would just be like, well, we better go hog wild on gerrymandering ourselves because obviously no one's stepping in to fix this. So let's see if that will happen. Will Dems go for it and try to gerrymander away? Ace of Cups, the Chariot, and the Two of Cups. So I think there will be, okay, I think there's going to be some division within the party. They're not going to all feel the same way about it. Some will feel like, hey, let's not go ahead and do that. Let's not play that game. Let's fix the problem and we'll work hard on that. And then others will say, come on, let's go. But that Two of Cups, there might be some pact, there might be some agreement. So I just feel like the lawmakers are all getting together and figuring out what their strategy is up to 2020 for this. And there's definitely a coalition then among the Dems who say, yes, let's go for it. And their cup runneth over. They've had enough. Justice. They want things to be even and equal. If there are so many districts that go Republican due to gerrymandering when really they should have gone to the Dems want to make sure there's just as many districts that go to the Dems, even if they would have gone to the Republicans before gerrymandering. They want it to be equal. So will it be? Will it be, Spirit? I do feel like there is also a group, though, that wants to fight it in the courts, that wants to keep fighting this before 2020. Like, let's try that first. And maybe Nancy Pelosi is more like, let's try this first. I think she would be, actually. Okay, we have the Sun, the Seven of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. So the bright light of the sunshine is shining upon this, though, right now. The American public is more informed about gerrymandering than they used to be. And this is going to drive people crazy because the Seven of Cups is all about illusion. And we don't know what the deal is then. We don't know. This is what's making it hard to be all right with election results and feel at peace. So we have the Ten of Wands. It's very laborious. So we keep hearing about this issue, you guys, up until Election Day. I think the 2020 campaign is going to be, one heck of a campaign. I've seen that again and again. And I do think some election results will be challenged. So, yeah, they're going to keep on talking about this because we're heading into campaigning. And this is a huge question. The Dems want to keep the House, have a chance at getting the Senate. The Republicans, of course, would love to get the House back. I don't know that they have hope that they will, but they certainly want to keep the Senate. So this will be brought up a lot because the American public's following it more now. So let us see about. I do feel like eventually there will be a different ruling from the Supreme Court, to tell you the truth. I feel that. Is that true? Yeah, I think so. See, they're still working on it. They're still hearing these. There's still actions in the lower courts, right? There's still investigations. There are still suits being brought, that kind of thing in the coming years. And there is a victory, and we have the Nine of Coins sitting pretty, feeling, that's sort of like also the self-made person, the self-made achieving person. And so, in other words, after a lot of work with that Ten of Wands, after a lot of work and by a lot of people with the Knight of Coins, there will also be a lot of people employed in this endeavor to fix this issue. I think eventually, yes, we'll get a different kind of decision. Gerrymandering will be fixed eventually. By 2020, though, Three of Swords. So we're hearing some of the same stuff as before. This is gerrymandering. This is gerrymandering. Queen of Cups. We get through it fine. The Justice card. I do kind of wonder if things aren't going to be a little more even too there. That Justice card. We do eventually get justice. That would mean yes. But by 2020, I think the courts are involved. There are more agreements at the state level. They're getting creative with laws. But the Ten of Cups, the Grand Old Party is still being quite a block to any change here, doing everything they can to obstruct change there. Little bit of good news. Okay, so we're going to keep hearing about this in any case, and there'll be concerning news and there'll be good news too. But we'll keep hearing about this. It's going to stay a focus. Okay, I wanted to read a little bit on that. Oh, the thing with Kim Jong-un with Trump going and standing on the North Korea side for a little while for a photo op. Oh my gosh. You know what I was thinking as I'm watching that? I'm thinking, don't give him attention. It only makes it worse. Anybody else thinking like that? This was apparently very significant. But really, is any of this significant when Trump does it? What does it mean? I don't know. It means he really likes Kim Jong-un. Okay. So anything we should know about that particular action, Spirit? Moral outrage is there with the Emperor. Ooh, people who do understand this better and the history of this better than I do are quite outraged. Oh, politically. Ooh, the Dems are mad, mad, mad. Oh gosh. Okay, so this is a very significant thing. This is a symbolic gesture, but it's somehow, it must weaken our alliance, give the sense that our alliance with South Korea is weakened. We were involved in this war. What the heck is going? Yeah, this is crazy. It is crazy that he would make that change for no good reason. We have divine protection and strength. We have the strength card. Huh? I don't think I think it bothers people. I think it causes a lot of moral outrage and debate, but I do not, I think we remain strong and the status quo is strong and that's that. You know what I mean? I don't think anything negative really results from that specifically. We have a chariot. It's sort of like there's north and south, right? We're pulled forward. You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing, oddly enough, our relationships, our relationship with South Korea even benefits from this extra attention. You know? Okay, like both North and South are pulled forward. Yeah, yeah. And there's some agreement. It's okay. It's okay. Two of Cups. It's okay. So whatever. Trump likes Kim Jong Un. Oh well. It's not. There's not going to be. There's what I'm hearing is there is not harm to South Korea over this. In fact, they benefit from the attention and from now maybe everybody reaffirming our alliance with them and our concern for them, and that's good. I mean, they're a small country. They could be. They could tend to be forgotten. So I think it's okay. It's okay. All right. Now, what else did I want to read on? There were so many things. Okay. Well, I wanted to just look at campaigning here. How is it going for the Dems? We watched the debates this week, and they were really interesting, but they're just the first debate. How is the race among the Dems going just in general? I like so many of them. That's why I smile, I think. I do like so many of them. Okay, we have the Four of Wands. That's, yeah, joy in the House. Okay. The House of Representatives, they're still enjoying having the majority. They like that. Their alliances, allegiances are actually getting stronger through the campaign. There's nostalgia. There will be somebody shut out in the cold, though. So, yes, people will be eliminated with that Five of Coins. The no more campaign dollars for you kind of thing. Okay, but nostalgia with the Six of Cups. Yeah, I think that's about. I just see somehow this campaign, at this point in the campaigning, the alliances among the Dems are actually being strengthened. They're getting to know each other better. They're working together more. This is good. They're getting a lot more press, all of these candidates. So this is where the benefit is to seeing all such a large field. And I did see there would be a strong benefit to having so many people run. It just is showing the vitalization, the revitalization, the building of energy in that party. So, and it's giving them all an opportunity to get together more on what they think. Yeah, yep. And I do think Nancy's handling communication well with the representatives. Good times in the House, huh? Yeah. See, we have a lot of seeing eye to eye agreement. They're trying to be more unified. We have delay, though, in Hanged Man, and we have the Knight of Cups. You know what? Today, and usually I don't see that with this card, but today I'm thinking this is a sacrifice. They're talking about who will be the sacrificial lambs. You know what I mean? Who's going to leave the race to give more attention to the others? They are trying. And Pelosi's instrumental in this. They are trying to run this well. They are trying to maximize benefit to the Dems. They are. They are. So far, they're all working together quite nicely. And we have the Knight of Cups there. Looking good, wanting to make a good impression. Yeah, and they kind of even want their competitors to make a good impression in a way. They want to make a better impression. But yeah, this is good. It's going well so far. We'll see if at some point the knives come out figuratively. Okay. Now what else? Oh goodness, there are so many things. Oh, I was asked to read on Melania. So now this last sexual assault survivor comes out, and she wrote a book and she alleges rape. So does this affect Melania? Does any of this affect Melania? I did see already, oh gosh, well over a year ago, she had, basically, yes, I think she had real feelings for him, but fallen out of love with him. I mean, if there was that, it was gone, but yet there was, for her, she's very cautious, and she did have on her mind, I remember, just first and foremost, Barron, and second, the world, I mean, her own world. She wants success Um, she, I just really got from her that she didn't want to disrupt his presidency and maybe very concerned about what he would think about that. But also, she likes having ascended to this position of first lady. So whatever she does, I do think they will divorce eventually, unless he passes first, which I don't know. They'll divorce eventually, but just not now. It's a marriage of convenience, right? So show me Melania. What's going on with her? Her present card is seven of coins. Not enough security. Not enough money. Dissatisfaction. That's just dissatisfaction with her harvest. It's sort of like, okay, yeah, it's not being recognized. She's mad. It she is working very hard actually and she has been, you can see for months, she no more swatting away his hand, no more of that. She's working very hard to be a good first lady, and if she has to act, she doesn't mind that. She's done that before. Um, this is about her. I think, I think she's sort of separated emotionally from him, and this is about her. But yeah, that's what it is. She feels like she's working very hard to be a good first lady. She's working very hard to be successful, and her husband doesn't recognize it, and the American public doesn't recognize it. Poor Melania. Poor maligned Melania. So that's there. So she's not so happy with her harvest because to her mind she's been doing everything she can. Okay, and we have the Page of Swords. Hmm. Usually that's like argumentative, that's like saying something impulsively. Interesting. Outside characteristic. It can just be immaturity in speaking and thinking, too, though. I almost wonder if Baron's kind of giving her a little trouble. He's in that age. But, I mean, this wouldn't be a bad card for a teen boy to get. I mean, of course he's going to get the page. Two of Swords. For internal character, she's still trying to decide something. Two of Swords. So she is still playing with the idea of divorce. Even with this, I feel like more likely separation. Like, can she get away with moving out of the White House, moving further away, and the public being okay with that? Is that what that means? Seven of Cups. We have illusion. Yeah. She relies on her husband quite a lot to tell her this is the inside scoop on how to view this. She is susceptible to his manipulation still, and she does feel like he knows what he's talking about more so than anybody would think. She doesn't like him. She has felt betrayed by him. This latest revelation is not, it's not a surprise, is it? The Magician. It's she has some admiration for his ability to make things happen regardless of what's happened. There is a part of her who says, well, he was a very powerful man. He was confused. He thought he could take what he wanted. And, she does excuse it. I hear her excusing it. Hmm. But then the Chariot, she's of two minds. She has indecision, and she has a lot of illusion with that, a lot of confusion, she can't figure out what would be best. So, yeah, she's just not, and I don't think she is super bright, okay? I mean, I don't think she's stupid by any means, but she just, maybe more than that, it's not even that that's the issue, it's that she protects herself from certain information. It's like she's made a decision and she doesn't want to hear about other info. The investigations are what she really gets worried about with that King of Swords. She gets more worried about that and financial investigations. So this was yet another sexual assault that she could excuse. But you know what? She's not in love with him anyway. And she has already had that process of understanding more about who he is. So this was just another of those, I'm sorry to say. If she didn't leave for that reason, she wasn't going to. What was more concerning was the Mueller investigation, and now investigations in the various districts. Okay, the sun, the bright light of the sun shining on that stuff. She's more worried about that because that could cost her. Does she worry she'd be implicated? Victory. She's like, we have to have victory. She's like, we have to have victory. But yet, the more she tells herself that, oh, my husband is always right, he knows, when it comes right down to it, he knows how to make things happen. She is invested in reassuring herself of that. And she does protect herself from information to the contrary. So no, she is not watching MSNBC. Yeah, she's just, this is my path. This is the way I've got to go. She wishes she was more appreciated and lauded. Sneakiness. She knows there's sneakiness regarding the taxes and the financial matters. She knows there is, and she knows that she knows some things. So she is a little worried about that. But I think mostly for money. I think mostly she's worried he could lose it all. Is that right? There are a number of dissatisfactions she has with that Three of Cups. And there's a message she doesn't want to hear, that she's not listening to, with that the fourth cup being offered. So, gosh, she's a tough one for me to really get inside her head, because it's her thinking is pretty consistent. It's not that she goes back and forth. She's not somebody who does that, in fact. She feels like she's being practical. She just is so clueless about a lot of things and wishes to remain so. She has certain principles and rules that she lives her life by, and they're almost platitudes. They seem kind of simple to me, but she means it, you know? Boys will be boys is one. Strong men are like this, and that's okay, and that's another. So, I mean, she's got some platitudes that she really goes back to. So she is an interesting one. But no, it doesn't look to me like she's leaving anytime soon, but it looks to me like it's an idea she plays with. At least she's thinking about putting some physical distance between her and Trump, because it does bother her. He does bother her. We have the Knight of Coins. Also, her spokeswoman also went over to now be Trump's spokeswoman, right? So that's an interesting thing. And that's what I thought when I saw the Knight of Coins. There she goes away, the employee. We should ask about that. How does that go? Well, this person she's trying to make a good impression right now. There's delay. Right now, it's all great. Right now, Trump is like, oh, she's the best thing since sliced bread. You know, he starts that way with all of them. So right now, the admiration is actually kind of mutual with that Two of Cups. So at least, you know, yeah. I mean, she supports him right now. But that's where they're right now, the honeymoon phase. How does it work eventually for her? Strength card. She tames the beast. Hierophant. Government. She's very concerned with doing what she's supposed to do for her office. And I think she justifies kind of lying for him, because that's what my job is, kind of thing. That's my office. 10 of Coins. She just wants money. Money is motivating her. Money is motivating her. Success is motivating her. Money is motivating her. So I think you can expect to see her do a lot of the things Sarah Sanders did. Maybe not quite so glaring. We have the Moon. She'll keep secrets and mysteries. She'll be more evasive, I feel like, as she speaks, more evasive and less confrontational, I'm getting. Well, that'll be that time when I'm just right, the Five of Swords. Yeah, I think she will pretty much do what he wishes. It's a little uncertain for me with that Hierophant card, though. Like, if several months into the future, if there might be a point at which she says, well, I want to do what's right. I want to do what's proper. Proper would be the right word with the Hierophant. So I've got to go. There it is again. Okay. When I shuffled, I didn't know it. There it is again. So it could be this will bother her a little because there's a part of her that is sincerely trying to do what she's supposed to do with this office. Okay? So, like she can justify passing on his messages to some extent because she's his spokesperson, right? So that's okay, but there comes a time when there's the rub is, I don't know if this is proper, I don't know if this is okay, and then she'll have to make a decision. And she'll have to, Spirit's going to be trying to help her to make the right decision for her own growth and development with that hermit. She'll have to make it on her own. Four of Cups. She's put in a position that she didn't want to be put in. So that'll be coming down the road. So we'll watch for that and see what she does. I don't think it's decided yet. Right now, they're in the honeymoon. Right now, they see eye to eye. Right now, she can't imagine that he's going to put her in a position where she's wondering if she's going to get herself in trouble, saying certain things. I wanted to ask about Sarah Huckabee Sanders. We'll get a different deck. Sarah. Now, what about Sarah Huckabee Sanders? Is she going to run for governor? Oh, just like the weight of the world on me there, huh? Okay. Okay, well, this is her idea. We have the Page of Wands. She's going to move forward. This is the Eight of Coins, so she's putting a lot of investment in it, trying to make it happen. But she's learning. She's an apprentice. Queen of Cups. Yeah, she just has that way of just seeming kind of stoic, no matter what, kind of calm. I mean, you just don't know what's going on with her. So that's what we'll continue to see in the public. Okay, so she's working toward it, but she may not talk a lot about it, but she's certainly working toward it. Does she become governor? Let's just ask that. Let's go cut to the chase. Ooh, reversals. Sun reverse. Oh, no. I would say this is no, because these are very powerful major arcana. They're all reversed, though, and this deck is not full of reversals. Let me see. No, it's half and half or something like that. So, and these are all reversed. So we've got, or this is actually secrets. This is, what is this? This is, no, star card, star card, star card. I go back and forth between the decks. Okay, it's not in the stars for her. So her hope is reversed. The sun is reversed. And that could mean the bright light of the sun shining upon stuff she did and that, as said, and that doesn't look good for a campaign, right? And then we have the Emperor reversed. And the Emperor is sort of like moral outrage, right versus wrong in law. And it may come out somewhere that, like the questions asked, did Sarah Huckabee Sanders break the law in saying some of these things? So that like little question is, none of this is good for campaigning. So no, I don't believe she becomes the governor. Nope. Nope. Hermit more off to herself eventually, and then the Justice card comes on in. See, she doesn't understand that in the coming years, anybody associated with Trump is really going to, their bad rap is really going to get solidified. People are going to be looking behind. Yeah. And completion. She's had the success she's going to have, I think. Yeah, and money. What did you do for money? That kind of thing. Yeah. So, I don't think so. I don't think governor. All right. Well, I thank you so very much. That's probably a long enough video. I should get off of here. But I thank you all for caring, for being good citizens. And we'll do it together. Thank you. Bye-bye.